So here we are with David Wilson in some part of France.
In Burgundy.
Burgundy.
Yeah.
He's going to tell us what's happening in the sheep industry in France.
Andrew's asked me if I would just give a few words about what's going on as far as sheep are concerned over here. Principally, the market is geared towards Easter. There's really little demand outside Easter. Why Easter? Because it's traditional. The French are still very traditional. The children tend to go home for the weekends, certainly at big events like Easter and obviously Christmas, and they tend to traditionally eat lamb at Easter. Outside really the Easter period, any time from February right through till mid-April, there's really little demand for sheep over here, or certainly for lamb. Sheep is a different thing. There are a lot of Arabs who do eat a lot of mutton, and they have their festival, it's called a Tel El Kabir or something like that's called, and they all go and slaughter not all of them, quite a few of them slaughter an old ewe, which they eat to celebrate the end of their fast, and that's the way they've done it. But France is very traditional. It's not all of a sudden let's go and eat kangaroo or let's go and eat bison or something like that. It's not really. It's not really a French thing. No, it's not really. And you were asking me, Andrew, about why is there's so little lamb eaten over here. To be quite honest, because I think the taste is much. The French aren't used to it in the same way as they're used to beef. The French have been brought up on beef. They haven't been brought up on lamb, and the taste of, though in New Zealand you're obviously used to it, and in England they're obviously used to the taste. In here, over here, they find it just a little bit too gamey, if I can put it that way. Yeah. It's not something that it doesn't go down as well for a Frenchman as an entrecôte or a sirloin or any kind of beef.
But if you look, last year your price was low for lamb. It was very poor.
Yes. And our prices were low, and they will remain low. I mean, I say low, you would say they're tremendously good. I have clients who I installed who are getting in over €100 a lamb, but that's for a quality lamb going into a premium quality scheme. But
20 kilos plus, right?
Roughly about 20 kilos. You're looking at slaughtering at about 40, something in the order of 40, that sort of order. Yeah. Looking for a 20 kilo carcass, not much heavier and not really much lighter because it's not economically viable. Any lighter, you're looking at really sending anything to Italy, but no one sends it. There's no store market for lambs over here. No one actually buys store lambs.
So there's no fattening business in the sheep industry?
They're finished on the farm where they were born.
And a lot are finished on hard feeds?
Yes, because we don't have the grass production that you are so fortunate to have in New Zealand, because we don't have the rainfall. Sheep over here are traditionally on poorer land because the beef industry is principally on the better pasture land.
And then the grain goes on the better land again.
And then the grain is again on different land, obviously on arable land, whereas I was talking before on pasture land. The sheep will tend to be on the poorer pasture land. The beef cattle will tend to be on the better pasture land.
And the sheep meat industry in England, they seem to supply the French as much as they possibly can with their land.
That's because they're producing a similar type of animal that the French would like to eat, a similar conformation and similar quality. And it's this Mickey Mouse system of Britain importing its lamb from New Zealand and Britain exporting its lamb to France. But demand as such in France for lamb is drying up and will continue to dry up because of the reason that I've mentioned earlier, the fact that there is less interest by the consumer in buying lamb, not because it's expensive per se compared to beef in the supermarket. It's just the taste thing. It's not something that comes naturally. You won't say to a Frenchman, what would you like to eat today? And he would say beef rather than lamb. Whereas in New Zealand you would say lamb before beef.
When the French eat beef, you were saying they traditionally eat heifer?
Principally, yeah.
And the steers are exported to?
Yes, the stores are principally exported as stores into Italy, where they grow very easily in the Po Valley, northern Italy. They grow a lot of maize because of the sunshine and because of the Po Valley has a reasonable amount of water in the soil, and they can grow maize very easily, and they have a large amount of feedlots over there.